Imagine your email list becoming your main source of daily income. How would that look like for your business? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video, how you can create daily sales from your email list. And hey, if we haven't met, I'm Elise Cartwright, founder of Hustle and Groove, and I have worked with over 1,000 creative entrepreneurs and helping them ditch social media and create a daily sales ecosystem. And today we are going to talk about the main component of that daily sales ecosystem, and that is your email list. Now, if you don't know this, email converts much higher than social media. So the data is around 2% of a conversion if you're doing really well on social media versus at least 20% on your email list, sometimes higher depending on how well you have nurtured them. But what does it really look like to make daily sales in your emails? Like, what do you actually have to do for that to actually happen? Well, it looks like being fairly consistent with your emails. And personally, I am emailing my audience every single day, except for one day, and that is typically a Saturday. But sometimes, depending on what is going on in my promotional calendar, I might email on a Saturday. So, predominantly every single day. So if you're wanting to set up daily sales in your emails, then you do have to think about a few different components. Number one, how many offers do you have? What does that look like? And the reason that we ask that question first is because you need to decide what type of ever selling email funnel you're going to actually set up. And there's lots of different ways that you can set this up. It can be evergreen, or it could be something that you do on and off. There's lots of different ways to do this. But the first question is, how many offers do you have? Now, if you have at least 4 self-study or template type options, digital product, then you could easily do some type of evergreen promotion that literally just rinse and repeats promoting those 4 different products. And the way that you would do that is you would decide the cadence of that promotion and then what the actual promotion is going to be. Do you want it to be a 24-hour flash sale? Are you offering some type of limited time bonus? Those are the types of things that you'll have to decide. Then how often do you want to present those offers? Personally, if I was working with someone and they had 4 digital products, I would say probably bi-weekly would work really well. If they also had some type of coaching program, group coaching, one-on-one, whatever that looked like, or maybe they had a membership, maybe they had a course that they like to do in cohorts, then what you would do is decide how often do you want to promote that other program. What did that look like? Now, depending on what you have, this might mean that you have an open, closed door type thing. Or if you have an always open thing, as in it doesn't matter when someone joins, they can just get access, then you can set up some type of ever selling campaign that allows you to present that offer every 4 weeks, every 6 weeks, every 90 days, depending on what that looks like. And in between, you are nurturing and selling. So in the previous video, we walked through the nurture and sell framework, what that actually looks like to create an email that both nurtures and sells. So I'm not going to go over that again. You can see that video here if you haven't watched it. But basically, if you think about the program, the membership, the course, whatever it is that you actually want to sell, what are the emails that you need to be sharing with your audience before them? And that typically looks like content that empowers them, that gives them quick action steps, whilst always selling, right? We always want to be selling. That's how you make daily sales. If you're not selling daily, then how is it possible to make daily sales? So this is where you're going to have a soft sell PS. So when you're nurturing in between those actual promotion windows, you're going to soft sell. And a soft sell is really simple. It is a PS that basically says, hey, if what we just discussed resonated and you want to solve that problem, go a little bit deeper, whatever it is, then here's how I can support you. And this is where you can either link to your program, your membership, your course, or outside of the discount that you're doing on those digital products, you can just promote a digital product, right? There's lots of different ways to map out this type of cadence. So I really just want to show you how this looks for myself so that you can start to get an idea of what this could look like for you. So this is my first ever selling funnel, if you will, and it's basically called my Friday Flashies. And that is because every single Friday an email goes out that says Friday Flashies, and it's a 24-hour sale on all of my digital products. So those are all my self-study courses, mini trainings, templates, whatever it is, that is what is going into here. Now, full disclosure, I have 50 plus offers, right? I have 50 plus products that I put into this. So this is an ongoing thing that I add to every single week. The goal is to have this set up to be for 12 months. So in order to set that up, it means that I have to think through things like, if I forget to add something into this particular sequence, then what happens if someone is in here? So that's why you'll see that I've got a couple of things happening here. This little green arrow that just is like a circle means that people can repeat the sequence when they get to the end of it. Now, I've done that on purpose because at some point in the future, once this is fully built out, I won't need to keep adding to this and people will just repeat this entire sequence. Then you'll also see that I have 5 subscribers on hold. And what that means is I've also said for that particular sequence, when someone gets to the end of that sequence, they stay in the sequence, which means that I can add another email and they will just get that email straight away. So that's how that looks. This is a very simple funnel, right? You come in via either one of these 2 tags and then you're in the sequence. At any point, people can opt out of the sequence. I always give people that option. And you can see here at this point in time, only 39 people have opted out of the Friday Flashies, because why would you? You have the opportunity to get a 50% discount on one of my products. So why wouldn't you stay in here? It's up to you whether you buy or not, right? But I also have this event that basically says if this tag is applied, pull them out and just make sure that they have the newsletter subscriber status, because they're also always still going to get my normal daily emails. Now, anyone that is in this particular funnel, they don't get the daily email on a Friday because they're getting this email. So I've also made that determination. So that is option 1. If you've got more than 4 products, you could absolutely do a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly type sale on your offers. And then the second one I wanted to walk you through is my one for the 1K Lab, which is a membership that is always open. So this is a slightly different scenario. People get added to this based on actions that they take in my daily emails. So there's not a massive influx of people. This is more of there are people coming in on a day-to-day basis, and this is where they're coming in. Now, I do have 2 entry points because at some point from my other ever selling email sequence, which is for the Grow Nurture Sell Collective 90-day program, which is more advanced, there is an option for people to switch to this particular ongoing sequence because it aligns more with people who maybe don't have their email list and email marketing set up, or they're wanting to make $1,000 or more from their email list. So they come in over to here versus staying in the other one, which is more advanced stuff that we talk about. So those are the 2 entry points. And then I've just got this set up. So the difference between this one and the Friday Flashies, as this is an ongoing sequence and there are multiple sequences in this particular automation. So right now, the 1K Lab email series 1, and then it goes all the way down to email series 7. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff happening in here. So basically this is set to go out over basically 8 months, and then they rinse and repeat this. So they'll just start again. Each email series has about 8 to 9 emails in it, and it's a 4-week promotion cycle. So what I mean by that is each email series ends in a promotion of the 1K Lab with a limited time bonus. So I don't discount the 1K Lab because that's not fair to existing members, but I do offer a limited time bonus. And there are 3 different bonuses that I offer depending on where someone is going through and which email series they're in. Each email series has a slightly different theme. I had tons of fun writing these. So basically, 2 emails go out each week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then when the promotion happens, it's a 72-hour promotion. And so it goes out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's kind of the cadence. So this requires you to write quite a few emails. You can see here we've got email series 1, 2, all the way through to 7. And on average, I would say at this point in time, I'm getting about 4 sales a week from this particular series. So people can join the 1K Lab at any time. So in each of the emails that goes out, the 1K Lab is always promoted. So I see people joining at least once a week. And then when it gets to the actual promotion period, I'll see an influx of members joining because they're seeing that there's now a limited time bonus. And the limited time bonuses will cycle through, but the person in this particular series has no idea when that bonus is going to come back around. So they either decide to join then or they join at a completely different time. But this is working really, really well. I don't run ads or anything like that. It is just getting people into this email series and nurturing the people that are there. Now, I also have members going through this sequence and excluding them from the promotion window because they're already members. But the nurture content that is in there just continues to reinforce what I'm actually teaching inside the 1K Lab. If you would like help setting up your own ever selling email marketing funnel, anything like that, then I'd love for you to come and check out the 30 days of coaching that I offer called the Feedback Loop. So basically, this coaching is going to help you get unstuck, but implement all of these things over the 30 days. And then you'll have an option to continue inside the Grow, Nurture, Sell Collective membership, continuing to implement and do all the things. Now, depending on what it is that you need, it means that you will also unlock some trainings based on whatever it is that you're trying to set up. And specifically, if you want to do any of the things that I've just shown, then you will get access to the Nurture and Sell framework training, the newsletter story bank, and a few other bonuses thrown in there. So I'd love to see you in that. Otherwise, the next video that is coming up on your screen is going to walk you through all of the key components that we've just talked about inside this email. I'll see you in that video.